Hello and welcome, Taurus. Welcome to your July general reading for 2020. This is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and Venus. Whatever comes through for you on this general reading is what comes through for you. Remember that this is a general reading, so that means that not everything might resonate with you. I'm reading for many Tauruses, so take what resonates, leave behind what doesn't, but set the intention that you get messages that will help you. And we will get into this. Please remember to click on the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can know when I've uploaded readings. So the first thing I'm going to do is start with a short 3-card reading, and then I'm going to move into a larger spread, and then I'm going to finish by pulling a couple of oracle cards. So make sure you stay all the way to the end so you get all your messages. Alrighty. I know the world's kind of crazy. So let's see what kind of sense we can make out of things to help you through your July. So I'm not doing reversals this time. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. This time I'm not. It doesn't matter. I use my intuition. So we will get the messages you need. So let's start with the 3 cards for Taurus, July 2020, and then we'll move into the larger reading. 3 cards for Taurus. Guidance, messages, insight for Taurus. The first card out is the 4 of Wands, the 2 of Pentacles, and the 5 of Swords. So let's look at that for a moment. So I'm hearing that it's important for you to have a strong foundation. Taurus, you like to be feeling pretty good that you're on solid ground. That is one of the things that you really want in your life. However, life happens, and that's not always what's going to happen. What I'm seeing is there's a bit of a balancing act when it comes to finances, whether that's actual money or handling your finances or a job situation. So I'm feeling you're feeling a little bit like worried about the stability, although I don't feel like there's a ton of worry. It's just like a concern, which would be very Taurus to be concerned. Anybody should be concerned right now. But what I'm hearing is let go of the how should I say, not the bad thoughts, but negative thoughts, the worry thoughts, the things that are keeping you up at night, that you are over worrying. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that you are a stable person. You are a stable sign. You like to feel stable, as I had already mentioned, that you're going to work this out no matter what, because that's in your bones. That's your way of being. So even if things feel a little bit uncertain, I'm hearing, don't worry, things will work out. So that's not a bad start. Let's go into a larger spread and see what else comes through for you. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Wow, the cards wanted to stay stuck. They weren't like moving. How weird. Don't get yourself stuck wanting to be stable. To the point where you're getting stuck. Be flexible. Be open to new ideas. And just some messages that are coming through for you. Let's go ahead and lay out this spread. For Taurus, July 2020. Guidance, insight, messages for Taurus. Wow. The cards, when I shuffle them, tell me messages. And I'm getting that you keep trying to fit back in the old mold instead of like advancing into something new. Don't be afraid of the new. Just because the new is uncertain doesn't mean you should be afraid of it, because there can be a lot of good that comes out of it. So I'm getting guided to pull this stone for you, and it's the horse. The power animal of the horse, which symbolizes freedom. And I don't know how well you can see that, but this horse is running. So it's important that you don't stay stuck in the old, like the cards were trying to stay stuck. Be willing to make some movement forward. So we'll just keep that horse there. And wow, cards are trying to just fly out now. Let's get these cards out. What in the world? Come on, Taurus. Okay, we got a lot of jumping cards now. Looks like you want to be that horse in the race. Your inner horse wants out of the gate. Here we go. The Nine of Swords. This is staying up at night worrying. The Four of Cups. Not seeing your blessings. Or not focusing on your blessings. Ace of Swords. So that's a new beginning, but we'll see what that means. The King of Swords. The Seven of Cups. The Queen of Cups. Interesting. Ooh, the Tower card in your fear spot. The Lovers. What an interesting spread, Taurus. The Five of Cups. So there's a lot of not focusing on the good here. Focusing on what bad could happen, what challenges could happen. And at the top of this is the Ace of Cups. So you have two new beginnings here. Let's find out what's going on here. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Nine of Rods. So let's see. So the first thing I'm noticing is you have a mix of swords and cups, mainly. So swords can be clarity or they can be challenges, or both. Cups can have to do with emotions. They can do with receiving, manifesting love. And you do have the Lovers card here, and you do have the Tower card. That's really interesting because these are two major arcana. And when I said you have the cups and you have the swords of emotions and love and receiving of the cups and the worry or the clarity of the swords, but I'm getting more worry than clarity. You have the breaking down, the big challenge here, and you have the Lovers. So that's kind of interesting because those cards go right in alignment with the other ones. And these are major arcana, so there's a lot more energy there. Okay, so what I'm getting first of all with the Nine of Swords are the worries. These are the things that keep you up worrying at night. And I'm hearing you're worried about your security. And I don't sense that you really have a lot to worry about. Yes, these are worrisome times. And yes, there may be some of you that are genuinely worried and have a reason. I'm not discounting that. But for many of you, your security, you're feeling like you want to make sure that you're secure, that doesn't feel so on point for you right now because of the balancing you've had to do. And especially if it comes to finances, because Taurus, you like to be sure about that. Not that everyone doesn't, but you do. But I'm hearing like you have to start shifting out of the worry. This is not going to help you. That's why. You have to start looking at your blessings, being grateful for the things you do have. Focus on the good and then do better instead of focusing on the worry and then getting worse. Because what you focus on is what you will bring into your life. At the base of that worry is the Four of Cups. And this is someone who is not seeing their blessings, not being grateful, and being more worried or upset that they're not getting what they need or their needs fulfilled in the way that they would prefer them. I feel like for you, Taurus, this is more of a mental thing than an emotional thing. It's more of your thoughts that you need to correct than what's really true reality. And if you keep focusing on what's not working, you're going to create a lot of things not working. So it's important that you turn this around. The Ace of Swords is a new beginning, and it can either be of clarity or challenge. And for you, I'm getting it's a challenge. But I'm also not seeing you moving into a new beginning because you are in this challenge mode. And so, you need to move out of that because you don't want a new beginning of something that is bothersome. You don't want a new beginning of something that's not working for you. So you really need to change your mindset. So one thing you can do is some positive affirmations. That always helps. Maybe get a healing and get those energies cleared from you. These lower energies are lingering on you. Get outside in nature and breathe the fresh air. Like, get away from people and things and just come back to yourself. And I'm being shown for you to put your feet in water just as a reset, a cleansing. So energy passing is the King of Swords. So the king is, and a king can be feminine or masculine in these readings. But what I'm getting with this King of Swords is like you have mastered your abilities to, be stable, to think level-headed, and do the things you need to do. But you've let your mind get away from you, and that's where the swords come in, where this king actually is very clear. This king is very confident. This king has been through any kind of thing you can think about and has succeeded. He has mastered his clarity. He has mastered his mind. He has mastered his mindsets. So you're being asked to master your mindset in a more positive way that's going to help you and not hinder you. This is very important. The same message keeps coming over and over and over here. So I hope you're hearing it because that's the number one thing that you need to change. So just ahead of you is the Seven of Cups, and this is a card of choices. There's a lot of choices, but what I'm getting for you is there's a lot of confusion. And the reason why you're having this confusion is because of the way you're thinking. Part of you thinks about the things that you are able to do. A bigger part of you is thinking about the things that you don't have control of that are making you feel uneasy. So again, you need to master your thoughts and thinking so you can have, you won't have like a whole mix of different energies. You can be more focused on what you want and the direction you want than what you might not get. Be focused on what you want, not what you don't want, okay? It keeps coming up. Otherwise, you might get something that you're really not wanting, and I wouldn't want that for you. So in the near future, you have the Queen of Cups. So what I'm hearing on this is again, the kings and the queens and the knights and the pages can be feminine or masculine energy. But the Queen of Cups is somebody who has mastered her emotions, her ability to receive. She's intuitive. She goes with her heart. She's very balanced. And this is what they're asking for you to move into. Move into working with your intuition more than just focusing on the brain. Because often the brain is wonderful, but the brain will also bring you a lot of things to worry about. So go in your heart. What do you feel in your heart? What do you want from the heart, from the inside out? If you could Think of what feels good right in your heart center. Connecting to your soul self, like if you could do anything, what would it be? And what I'm hearing again is with this horse is set yourself free. Set yourself free. That's what you need. But sometimes, Taurus, you don't set yourself free in a way you would, especially if you're mad. You will make some solid movement. But generally, you try to stay within some constraints, some limits, because you want to feel secure. But you're being asked to get outside of that box and think of some other things that you would like to do, because within those confines, it makes you nervous right now. That is not a safe feeling for you. So master your emotions by tapping into your intuition, tapping into your heart, balancing your emotions, and keeping yourself in a healthy emotional state so you can create the opportunities and the manifestations that you want in your life, not what you don't want. So this is your biggest fear right now, the Tower card. And the Tower card is when everything, your whole life, just breaks apart. And so this is the extreme, like this is like the extreme of your life falling apart. And you know what? Sometimes it's not a bad thing. Well, I'll say it's never a bad thing, because once you hit that busting out, breaking down thing, you can start over again. But do you really want to go there? And this is a result of worrying and focusing on what's not working and not being grateful and focusing on your blessings. So if you keep doing that, you can create this fear. But what I'm hearing is this is an illusion that you're creating, and you're just your life will get upset from the way you think. So the message about the fear position is always the same, even if the fear is different. It's don't be afraid of this. You are okay. Like in the beginning with this 3-card spread, it's like, don't worry. So you got to just change your thoughts around. So this is how people view you and the environment around you. And this is the Lover's card. And so what I'm hearing is that people, when they think of you, think you have it together, that you're stable, that you're a good thinker. Maybe I was going to say positive, but whoever these Taurus are that are worrying, that's not a lot of positive thinking. But what I'm hearing is in general, you really are, that you do tend to be able to take care of your life, pull things together, and relate to people, and that you're a stable person. So this is good, because that means that that's how you usually are. So you just need to shift this thing that's going on. Your hopes and your fears. This is the 5 of Cups. And again, this is very similar to the 4 of Cups. Okay, in the 4 of Cups, you're not seeing your blessings, not noticing that you do have blessings. You do. You're not noticing them. You're noticing what's not working. And on here, again, you're focusing on what's not working, but you don't see those 2 cups behind you, and they're standing up just perfectly fine. There are things that are working in your life, and that's what you want to be grateful for. That's what you want to put your focus on. So, interesting. This is your hope and your fear. So it's almost like there's part of you that expects yourself to fail, for things not to work out. There's part of you that expects that. Why are you doing that to yourself? That's self-sabotage, unless you really want it. And then your fear is that things won't work out. So, Taurus, I feel like you need to make some decisions. If there's some things that you're not happy about in your life, you just need to address those. Because I feel like the things that are unhappy are the ones that I'm hearing the word difficult. There's some difficult situations or some things that are bothering you that are giving you a dark attitude, that are giving you an attitude that doesn't feel great. So whatever is bothering you, face those. Find a way to be okay with it yourself. Come to a place that you can deal with it yourself. Not deal with it, but get okay with it yourself. Like, accept what is. I always find that when you accept something, even if it's not the way that you want it, especially if it's not the way you want it, you just accept it for what it is at the time. It doesn't mean that that's not ever going to change. Just accept it so you can move on. Until you accept it, it's going to bother you and it's going to hold you back. So I feel like you just need to get an acceptance of how your life is, especially those things that are bothering you, so you can move on. And once you get to that acceptance, you have this beautiful new beginning. So remember, this one was a challenge new beginning, and you heard all the messages. Well, if you just accept life just as it is, okay, today I'm just going to accept life just as it is. It is how it is. Doesn't mean it's not going to change. Everything always changes. Then you move into the Ace of Cups, which is a beautiful new beginning. Look at that sun. That means your cups are full. That means emotional stability. You're going to have a better attitude. You're going to be more aligned with your intuition, and you're going to get more of what you want. Okay, so this is a beautiful new beginning here. So basically, you just need to shift how you're thinking. Yeah, it feels like you've been going through some growth. This was at the bottom of the deck, and you get, sometimes when you're growing and things are changing, it feels challenging, but what it really is growth. And growth feels challenging because it's something new. So it doesn't mean it really is a challenge. It just feels that way. And sometimes if you think that it's a challenge and it's really not a challenge, it's just something different, you just have to just change your perception a bit and come to a better place. So do some positive affirmations, focus on what you want, and be in a state of gratitude. Be grateful for the blessings that you do have. And start your morning out by being grateful for anything, even if it's a weed, a flower within a bunch of weeds, or the sun, or a bird, or a blade of grass. How about a strand of your hair? Like, it can be anything. Just start being grateful about anything. And again, the horse, set yourself free. And this horse is in movement, so it's like time to move into setting yourself free from those thoughts that are weighing you down. So let me see which oracle cards. I am going to pull one from the Sedona deck. Yeah, the Sedona deck wanted to come out to play, and then that one just flew out. And then I'm going to pull one from the Inner Peace cards, because you have to change the way that you're thinking and what you're focusing on. So let's see what comes through for Taurus here. Okay, so we'll start with the Sedona card. And it says Sage. I love that. Heart's desires manifesting. So, yep, exactly one of the messages we were talking about is what is in your heart. What is your heart desire? Manifest that. And I will take it even further with the sage plant. If you have to change the energy with you or around you, burn sage in your home. Open your windows, open your doors, burn sage in all areas. Get the house like with the air moving through it, and then take a rattle or drums or bells, or if you don't have any of those things, you could put dry beans in an empty water bottle and just go around the house and make those sounds. If you don't have anything like that, you could turn on some kind of music that's drumming or rattles or bells. Play it in all the rooms of your house. to shift the energy. That will help you shift how you're thinking. So this card is great. Both the heart's desires manifesting and use sage to clear your space. And the inner peace card by lovely, wonderful Wayne Dyer. I miss him so much. I enjoy my own company. And then on the back it says, you're always alone, but you're only lonely if you don't like the person you're alone with. So, love yourself. Accept yourself. What I'm hearing is don't beat yourself up, like think that you should be doing better, or your life should be better, or your job should be better, your finances should be better. A lot of people are struggling right now. All you can do is do your best. And right now, it's important for you to, that's the back of the card, it's important for you to do your best at your thoughts and think good thoughts about yourself and life. And that's going to put you straight on the path to this wonderful new beginning. You have 2 new beginnings here. So a new beginning is inevitable. So, master your emotions, master your thoughts, and move on. Stop focusing on what doesn't work and focus on what does work. Okay, thank you, Taurus. I hope that was helpful. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and set the notification bell so when I upload other readings during the month, you get the notifications. I hope that was helpful. Lots of love and peace.